On 10/20/15, about 9:30 hours, we received a call that there was shots fired up in the Mountain Ranch area, off Mountain Ranch Road, just short of, like across the street from Doe Road. And deputy responded up there, and they came across three dead bodies, three male adults. We conducted a short interview and found out the property owner, a gentleman by the name of Leon Grammer, spoke to the deputy and said that he had what he called a legal medicinal marijuana grow up on his property, and there were three trespassers on the property picking his marijuana. So he had then, at that time, called his brother, who lived in Jackson, and told him that he's got some trespassers out there stealing his marijuana. His brother started en route. He went back out with a handgun and fired some shots at him. The three subjects then began running away. His brother shows up on scene with a shotgun, and he shot all three of them. And that led into the investigation. We come later on and found that our detectives investigated it really promptly, and they were all three. Both of the shooters were arrested. One for, of course, homicide, the other one for conspiracy to homicide, and this case now is under investigation. And we don't have, we do have it, but we're not going to give out yet the victim's name. The three male adults appears to be out of the Stanislaus County area, and we don't know the ages or anything until we can contact next of kin. Of course, that's always the standard thing we have to do before we give their names out in respect of the family members. So, like I say, we are actively investigating this shooting right now. I was hoping we'd go for, no. But anyways, is there any questions?
Sure. Do you know the relationship? Is there any between the suspects and the three victims? Do they know each other in any capacity?
It doesn't appear at this point that there was, because, you know, they wouldn't have shot at him or screamed at him. But I think they just, and it could have been something, but it's too early to tell right now. You know, I don't want to give you some false information.
And did you say that marijuana grow was legal?
Yes. Well, yeah.
Considered
Medicinal marijuana grow, that they said to us.
Is it a large grow?
It's fairly large.
The suspects who have been arrested, were they saying they were just trying to protect their property, or does it make it murder because the suspects were already running away?
You can't, yeah, well, you can't, unless you're, you know, penal code law, unless you're assaulted or you can't be, you have to be forced with equal force, and you can't kill anybody to protect property. That's something we heard from, excuse me. Nick?
Gary, do you know how many shots were fired?
I don't know how many brothers fired off, but I know the shooter had actually done actually killed him. I think he shot 3 shotgun rounds off.
3 shotgun rounds?
And you said you weren't releasing their names, but you said they were from Stanislaus County?
It appears to be they come from Stanislaus County, from what we can make out of it.
So did this start before 7 in the morning? I mean, I'm hearing.
Yeah, well, we got the call right around 9:20, so it could have started around 8 or something. I don't know, 7 or 8 in the morning it could have started. And we got 3 calls on it.
Were the trespassers armed?
Pardon me?
Were the trespassers armed?
You know, I'm not sure of that yet. And I don't think they were, because they were shot back probably.
How did they get on the property?
They walked in.
They walked in?
Did they have a car somewhere?
Yes.
Down on Railroad, Flat Road? Did they have a bunch of marijuana with them when they were shot?
That I don't know.
Is there any idea how long they've been there? I mean, this happened like at 9:30 in the morning. Did they come in the middle of the night, or do we know?
From what I know at this point in time, they showed up probably, you know, in the early morning hours, probably around 7 or so, and walked in or something. I'm not sure. I haven't been to the scene myself.
What do you want people to know about the sheriff?
Know about it?
Yeah, what do you want people to know? People in Calaveras County should you know, some say this is, you know, frightening, some say it's sad.
You know, we've been warned by the public, you know, there's a lot, you know, we have kind of a relaxed policies that the board of supervisors and county council came up with, not these, but the beforehand, and I think, it needs to be tightened up, and we've been trying to work on it, but now they're gonna wait. We had some meetings, now they wanna wait until, see if California legalizes it totally, so that's where they're standing at, but the citizens of Calaveras County some are very concerned about it, because we're having a lot of people leasing their property out, you know, for tens of thousands of dollars, and let people grow marijuana. I guess that's a prime growing area, I don't know.
So you said that they had their, I apologize if this was already mentioned, their backs were turned, were they shot in the back?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I couldn't say that.
Have the suspects been cooperative though? Because I know you guys were questioning them early on.
It appears they were.
Were they just basically, did they convey to you guys that they were protecting their property, or did they say their intention?
You know, I don't know, you know, like I say, that was all done extensive interviews, and some of that stuff I can't, you know, give out at this point in time, because it could harm the case.
Gary, you said they were cutting marijuana, did they have some tools?
I
Were there tools
I
found?
couldn't say they did or not.
And do we know this is something the three victims were doing a lot in this area and getting away
Don't
with?
know. I know a lot of people are concerned, because when you go up on some of this property, you know, walk, hike, or whatever, there's people greet you with all kinds of stuff, so they're real protective. There's a lot of money in growing marijuana, so they're protective of their money.
So, if there are no tools, or you're not saying there are tools, how do we know they were there to steal the marijuana?
Well, I guess they were actually seen out in the fields pulling it, or
You were seen pulling it?
plucking buds or something, I don't know, because it's right around the season, the harvest time right now.
But that's what the defendants are saying right now.
Right.
You know, with the fires and reports of looting and looters, are people in Calaveras County more on edge for intruders?
Oh, yeah, now they're also worried about mudslides, because we're having, you know, during the fire, there was a lot of marijuana grows that had, like, you know, they had some type of surround to them, like plastic or something. When that all burned away, you could just drive up the road and see the grows everywhere. And I'm sure they were concerned, and a lot of people did not leave their property during the fire, just, you know, to stay there and protect that.
What is the correct response for a property owner to protect the property?
Call us. You know, I mean, it's a theft. We don't, you know, we don't take reports, somebody stole somebody's marijuana, we don't do that. But if somebody's up there stealing or something, you know, is that, you know, they need to call the sheriff department, or you know, tell them what's going on, and let somebody come up there and deal with it, versus taking it in their own hands and actually killing somebody over marijuana.
Is this something that's happening more and more in terms of people getting ripped off, with marijuana ripped off?
It happens quite a bit, you know, a lot of times they won't report it, because they don't want us up there, you know. But I'm sure there's a lot of good stuff got ripped off, past. I know, we got some calls where, hey, I woke up this morning and somebody climbed my fence, got my marijuana, well, you know. There's no penal section for charging of stealing my marijuana.
But if it's legal to grow, it might be, right?
It's, you know, there you go right back to the same old thing where California it's legal, the feds say, no, it's not legal, so, you know, I wish they would get their act together and give them some kind of a, direction to follow.
Yeah.
Sheriff, I'm just wondering, from the time that the brother called his sibling in Jackson, how much time elapsed, and then the shooting, the initial call to you guys, how much time elapsed there when an officer actually showed up on scene?
Well, as soon as we had to call shots fired, and then, we immediately, it was probably right around 9 o'clock, we were code 3 up there, 3, 4 vehicles got up there, and they called back, confirmed that there were 3 subjects down. And the paramedics were on scene by then, confirmed that they were deceased.
So is the brother's residence fairly close, though, that he was able to call, convey to him what's going on, and that he drove from Jackson? I don't know what the proximity is out here. Is it?
It's from Jackson, with pretty windy roads and such, and I would say probably be depending on where he was at in Jackson, if he was above Jackson, up in the Pine Grove area, or Buckhorn or something like that, They're probably, somebody driving fast, probably a 20-minute response. And I think that, you know, he kind of waited for his brother to get close before he went on confirming himself. This is all speculation.
Okay.
So the booking log had a volcano address for both of them.
Pardon me?
The booking log for both of these gentlemen had, for both Grammer and Barrett, had a volcano address. Did either of them live in Volcano, or was that an old address?
I don't, you know, I don't know, probably, probably an old address, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, you know, I never looked at the case, I don't know.